Welcome to the Urban One 2018 show with your host, Wayne Johnson, the talk show dedicated to uplifting and motivating individuals from all walks of life. Each week, we have the privilege of hosting incredible guests who provide incredible insights on a diverse range of topics. From local influencers to esteemed regional and national figures, they will share their experiences and wisdom to ignite positive change in our communities. Get ready for another captivating episode of the Urban One 2018 show with your host, Wayne Johnson. Let's embark on this journey of inspiration together.
Hello, everyone. Hey, my name is Wayne Johnson. I'm your host of the Urban One 2018 talk show, and I have a special guest here with me today, Mr. James McNeil. I mean, a native of Atmore, grew up here. I mean, he got a family history. Hey, man, the guy is just awesome. Welcome to the show, Mr. James.
Yes, sir.
And I just want to take this time. I've been trying to get him, so finally we got him. So here it is, man. Sit back and enjoy another great episode of Urban One 2018. I'm your host, Wayne Johnson, special guest, Mr. James McNeil. Mr. McNeil, look into that camera and introduce yourself to our audience.
My name is James McNeil. Born and raised here in Atmore, and it's just a blessing to be here this morning with them Johnson. It's just a blessing to be here.
Amen. All right. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for joining us.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, we got some questions we're going to talk about. We got about maybe 4 questions we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about community and family. And then we're going to talk about childhood, the influence of a father in 2024, relating back to his childhood when he came up, and the influence and the impact that his father had in his life, the training and the discipline. All of those things create the man that you're looking at right now, sitting across from me. And so we're so honored to hear. And I just want to throw in that his dad and my granddad were real good friends. So I remember that. So and then our second question is going to be talking about community in 2024 in the great city of Atmore, Alabama. And then our last question, we're going to talk about how important it is to have a mentor and a coach for our youth to be able to show them the opportunities and the benefits of being successful in 2024. We have some great people in Atmore, and Mr. Parker, when they did the book on him at the Escambia County Training School, and I went to the meeting. I went to the book signing, and when they started talking about the things that were done here by the citizens in the community that came from Escambia County High School, I said, wow. I said, nobody knew about those things.
Right.
So in this year, coming up in 2025, I think in July, they got another book that's going to come out. Yeah. So people going to be adding their stories to how Escambia County, and the principal, Mr. McCorvey, what kind of impact he had on the community, Mr. Harris, and all of these leaders. I'm just calling out a few. But we want to get back to Mr. James. Talk about community and family.
Well, I'm going to start off talking. I want to give God the praise.
All right. That's a good start.
In my life. I want to thank him for everything that he has done.
Yeah.
And coming up here in Atmore, like a young man, it's just so much happening. And Atmore is a really small town, but it's a good town. It's a town that we love this city, Atmore, and we cherish it, and God just give us good eyesight on incense on it, and we just love Atmore, Alabama. And just coming along, as a young man coming along in Atmore, when you a certain age, when you're young, things go on in your life and you really can't understand what's going on. And you ask yourself, all that wisdom come in on you, and you just stop and think, especially when God's showing you the right way in life. Just go down that narrow road and just listen, because there's some good instincts there that you can learn from it just by listening.
Just by listening.
Just by listening.
Just by listening. He said a key word, just by listening, because sometimes, we find ourselves in a situation where we have everything you just said.
Yes.
But we don't realize it's divinely implanted and set by God to help us go to the next level.
Right.
And so sitting there listening, that means discipline.
Yes.
That means you're in a training environment. Yes. So once you learn that, sometimes our young people, we think we can conquer the earth, man. We just Superman. And so what we fail, and what sometimes I fail to realize when I was young, like you talking about with our childhood, God has a plan. Jeremiah 29:11. He said, I know the thoughts that I think towards you. not of evil, but of good, to bring forth what? An expected end. So if God is thinking about me when I'm in my mother's womb, come on now, come on now. Everything God put his hands on is successful. So he had his hand on me and knew me before I even knew myself.
Wow. That's the way he worked, though.
Yeah, that's the way he worked. And so here he is, orchestrating your life.
Yes.
But like you said, in your childhood, you really couldn't see it.
Right.
Here's daddy talking, here's daddy showing you
Yeah.
things, telling you things, but you like,
Yeah.
Dad, my mind is not acclimating these things. My hormone, everything I'm trying to do is like, man, right now.
Yeah.
But here you are, you listen.
Right.
Talk about how that process came about of listening to your dad.
Well, it's a part, like I said, I was young and I couldn't understand life. I hadn't fully developed yet. But as I grew, as I started to develop, I just saw things so different. I used to work there at my dad's store there. I was a young age, about in the ninth grade, ninth grade. And Daddy always showed his kids how to run the business part.
Okay.
And he showed me a lot of stuff, and I thank God that it's instilled in me today. But he showed me some things today that I'm coming up on right now as a man. I still say a young man, 70 years old.
Oh, come on, that is young, man. That is young.
All that wisdom coming in now, all the things that he was trying to tell me, I didn't realize until as I came up and developed. And I remember the times when he was training us, his kids. He was training all of us. And he told me this. He said, son, it takes time. The world wasn't built overnight. And I couldn't get that in my head for nothing. But as I developed and all that wisdom kicked in and all these things that he taught me, what to do and how to do it.
Right.
And I used to go to school sometime with the bank book in my back pocket because he taught me how to close that store at night. And when I go to school, I get out of school, I go and go back to work.
Right.
They have time to play.
Right,
well, he kept business on my mind, and it's paying off right this day.
Yeah, because he kept business on his mind. Because see, I was younger than them. Because Jackie Tucker and Mr. James are real good friends. So that's my uncle.
Right.
And so I remember you had that '61 Chevrolet.
Yeah,
right. It was red.
Red.
Yeah. I remember that.
We're on the end of it. Had King of the Road.
Yeah.
So when you're young, you think like that.
Oh yeah, because because you come from King, so it's just automatically inside of it's inside of every young man, every young woman to think like that.
Right.
But here it is. I remember because when you were young coming up, I was younger than you, but I could see that you were cut from a different cloth.
Oh yeah.
See, I could see you. You stood out in the community even back then when you were in high school and stuff like that, because I could see that you were going somewhere, and I could see it back then. I don't know why I could see it, even though I was younger than you. I could see yeah. You got something you want to say?
Yes, well, Reverend Johnson, I remember when my dad we were running the store.
Yeah.
And Dad was strictly business.
Yeah.
Strictly business. And I want to get into some more about my dad and my mom because I love them both.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You can't have one without the other.
I can't talk about one.
Come on now. Come on.
Yeah,
give her a due
that's
too.
right.
Come on.
It took both of them to raise me.
Yeah, that's right.
So
That's
one
right.
can't do it alone. These days we're living in now, mama trying to do it all. And Dad on the other side of town, but that don't work.
That's right.
You got to be right there to bring them up right. But look at him, my dad taught me this. When I opened the store up, he showed me about my business side, how to do things, and I listened. Yeah. First thing you got to do is listen.
Oh, come on.
You can't know more than your father and the teachers. You got to learn how to listen.
Oh, come on now.
Humble yourself. Come down to earth. And Daddy, he did that to me. He was paying me, and I was working so hard right now, and he was paying me something like $7 a week.
Yeah.
And man, I thought that was good money. It was good money.
It was good
Until I got about the age of 16 or 17, I said, Daddy, $6 ain't gonna do it. I can't do nothing with $6.
I want to raise.
I can't do nothing with $6. But I didn't take time and just listen to what he was doing to me.
Right.
At that time, he was showing me the business side.
Right.
When I'm looking at how much money and he dead and gone now.
Mm-hmm.
But what he instilled in me,
Mm-hmm.
brought out.
Yeah, right.
It wasn't about money.
It was about the principles.
It was about the principles
of learning.
And the learning I was getting from
right.
it.
How
I
business works.
couldn't see it then. All I'm looking at dollar bill, dollar sign, as a young boy.
As a young boy.
But you know, you got to walk, you got to crawl before you walk.
Right.
So that's what I did. I listened to him, and it took me around, like I said, around 16, 17 years old before I really found out money is not everything.
Mm-mm. It's a byproduct of business.
Right. So he was instilling in me, and I couldn't see it back there as a young man. I couldn't see that. But as I came on up in age,
he was showing you how to make money.
He was showing me how to make money. How to handle your business.
Oh, yeah, come on
what
now.
You got to do right. No, you don't do. Everything look good ain't good.
That's
so
right.
You have to learn that through experience. It takes time. It's not an overnight thing, but sometimes you can listen to a person and God put it on your mind to listen sometimes.
Right.
Cut this off and turn this on.
That's right.
So sometimes that means a lot as a young person.
Right.
But when you're so young, you don't be looking at it like that. But I hope I can tell some young man, some young woman about how to start off in life, how to make things happen, how to put your trust in.
Right.
Yeah. We all got to put our trust in God.
That's
Number
right.
one.
Then
he gonna put people in your. He gonna put people around you to steer you and guide you and lead you in the right direction.
Yes, you're right. I want to put this up right here. I always use it a little bit. I want to put the first one up here. It's talking about focus. Staying focused when God is trying to lead you in your best life is ahead of you, not at your present position. Because you always use focus. Because the arrow, which is God's word, seed time harvest.
Right.
What your dad was, he was planting seed, and then now you're walking in your harvest. Right. So you got the seed, you got the time that he was disciplining you, training you, showing you what was important, what wasn't. Then now here's the harvest. Now you're walking in your harvest. So that's the principles of the kingdom in every aspect of life. The training, sowing the seed. Then here it is. Once the seed is sown, it's put into the ground. Now you got to then the blade. Then then the stalk. Then the full ear of corn. Then when the full ear of corn has matured, even though the full ear of corn is on the stalk, you got to let it mature.
There you
come to the fullness and the ripeness that it will bring forth, and you can reap the benefits. Come on now. So here it is, man. And look at as you were talking. This is the thing that where did your dad get his business? How did he get a business and entrepreneur mindset coming up in the Jim Crow era? And how did he get it? It had to come from family members that were in his family.
It did. It came from my granddad.
Oh yeah, come on, man.
Granddaddy. My granddaddy, his name was Raymond Montgomery. And he was Irish. And that's what the business side. The McNeil established the first business on 139 Liberty Street here in Atmore.
Okay, it started in Liberty Street.
Yes, on Liberty Street.
Wow, I didn't know
that. Was the first That's what the first business was. My dad, my granddaddy had.
Oh, okay.
And my granddaddy, he was a type of man. He'll go downtown and look around at other business.
And
that gave him a good idea of eyesight. And he took that and brought it back over there on 139 Liberty Street.
Come on now.
We had a business going back in 1945.
Yeah.
That's when the business first got established. Yes, 1945. But he took that business and he had a successful business there. Yeah. He had a meat department where he sliced meat. Yeah. He had all kinds of back there in 45, as black men, we couldn't get ourselves together. We couldn't come together and have nice things. That was the last thing on our mind.
Right.
But you know what? God gave him that vision and he took it and passed it around right here in Atmore, Alabama. Wow. And that's where I come from.
That's where you come from.
Yeah.
So basically what you're trying to say, it's time for us to go back to the old landmark.
Yes.
Go back to the place where men were men,
yes.
and they were able to feed their family,
right,
and looked out for the community, and brought a successful mentality and mindset.
Right.
And so that's so powerful because that is time, people, because the Atmore is a prosperous place if you let it be prosperous.
Oh, yes. Yes.
See, the genealogy and the places and the things that we come from. My granddad Leo Tucker.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I mean, I stayed with him
Yeah.
because I was sickly, but
Mhm.
but granddaddy, I mean, he was a great influence.
Oh
you know.
yeah. Oh,
And
yeah.
so here it is. You talking about your granddad, your
Yeah.
dad, your
Yeah.
family.
Oh yeah.
And so when we look and go back,
Mhm.
come on now,
Yes.
where
sir.
we at today is not our tomorrow.
That's right.
When you start looking at back, where did you come from?
Where
What
it
was the
started.
strong?
That's
You know, everybody got a big
Yeah.
mama,
Oh yeah.
auntie, so
All
and so
right.
that put you in check. Yeah, so you got to look at those type
Yes.
people
Yes.
when your life is starting to veer and start to seem like it's unraveling, and you can't bring it back and put it back in the box.
All right.
And so what I do, I find myself going back to talking to old
Yeah.
landmark,
Oh
old people,
Lord.
because what it does, it refocus my visions and my
Right.
dreams and my hopes and
Right.
my aspirations on why I wanted to be who I am today.
Mhm.
And so when you go back and you sit down and go back and visit and
Yes.
talk, man, it re-energizes you. It
There
gives
you
you
go.
the courage and the strength to come on now to
Yeah. That's
move
it.
forward
That's
and,
it.
and be somebody in this season that we're living in. So let me throw this one up. I always like this, you know, it say, Lord, you know, teach me thy way. Teach
Okay.
me to do thy will.
Okay.
And so here's God trying to teach you and show you through
Yeah.
your dad,
Yes.
through some things that he had brought in your life,
Mhm.
and never knowing that it will produce the crop, a bunker crop that is double portion. You can even could say triple portion.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
You are right, Ralph.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right. I remember the times when my dad just he didn't give up on me.
Right.
We can't give up on our kids.
Woo! Say that one
What?
again.
We
Say that one
can't give up.
again. Say
We
that one
can't
again.
depend on somebody else to raise our kids.
Come on, man.
We can't sit around and say, well, he's around good people. No. You had to do your part of as
Right.
a father, a
Uh-huh.
mother
Mhm.
figure. My grandmother, she died when she was 98 years old.
Wow.
I find myself sometime going to her house, sitting on the porch with her, talking to her.
Mhm.
That's where that wisdom kick in.
Yeah, yeah.
Learning something from her.
Right.
And where that today? Where's that? If you got a grandmother, take
Yeah.
time and talk
Good.
to her.
Yeah.
Go and ask questions. Learn your history. Go back and learn, Mom. Where y'all used to stay at when y'all was kids? Mom, what did y'all do when y'all was children? What kind of toys? Learn your history so you'll be able to repeat it and tell your kids about what you did and how you started and what I got. Go back and get that wisdom.
Right.
If you got a grandmother, a father, a mother, ask questions.
Yep.
Go to them.
That's right.
Go to them, and you'll be surprised. Everything you're looking for is right there in your face. You just don't see it.
Already.
You will see it if you go to them and ask questions. Give the rope. Turn loose that rope and just say, Mom, you know, how you and Dad hooked up? How y'all started off in life?
Yeah.
Tell us a little about you. Who, Mama, who is your sister? What my nieces, my what my Uncle Henry is? You know, ask questions about your family. Don't, because you know why? We're not here to stay.
That's right.
We passing through this old world.
Passing through this
So
old world.
why you got a mother figure? Why you got a father figure, a grandmother or someone?
Yeah.
Ask questions
That's good.
before it be too late.
Before it be too late. Man, look at people y'all get your money worth today, man. Because I see when you got legends, yeah, and I use this term from a respectful aspect, because why it caters to strength and ability, courage, endurance, you know, things that were people had to overcome back then that we don't have to do now, you know.
Right.
But the main thing is he's talking about, you know, we're not perfect.
Right.
We are just people.
All right.
Trying to, you know, make the best of the hand that we've been dealt.
That's right.
And so when you look at that and you stop pointing the finger at different people, because I mean, come on now, I made so many mistakes. Who can I point my finger at? Come on now. But I know that in order for the transformation to change in my life, I have to be a student. Yes. And stop being a teacher when I don't know how to teach.
There you go.
Les Brown said this that really blessed me. He said, life knock you down, and it will. He said, and you land on your back. He said, if you can look up, you can get up. And so how many times have I been knocked down and I was able to look up, and I looked to the author and the finisher of my faith. I was able to get up and continue in the path that God has ordained for me to live in.
Yes.
And so structurally, young people, let me tell you something. God has a purpose and a plan for your life. just like he had
Yes.
for
Yes.
for
Yes.
for us doing.
Yes, Lord.
And whoever thought that I would be doing have an Urban One 2018 talk show? Whoever thought that I would have a television
All
network?
right.
You know,
All right.
WJM TV.
Yes.
Whoever thought that
Yes.
James and I would be sitting down doing an interview talking
Yes.
about what community,
Yes.
family, childhood, influence of a father in 2024,
That's right.
and then talking about this city, Atmore.
Mhm.
Because most of the time I always wanted to leave Atmore. I never did like it, But
Good
then
question.
here we built the house. Now
Good
we and so here we are today. And what we're trying to say, I
Mhm.
know what you're seeing, I know what you're hearing.
Mhm.
See, but
Mhm.
joy cometh in the
In
morning.
the morning.
And so seeds that we plant today, and we go back to God and say,
Mhm.
Lord, help my children.
Right.
Help my family.
Right.
I know Big Mama and them when they were out there in the cotton fields,
Right.
cucumber fields,
Mhm.
potato fields, they were
Mhm.
praying,
Mhm.
praying for us. And so, Lord, I know the bowl might be full in heaven, but I just want to add another drop to let it run over. I want to say, Lord,
All right.
bless
All
my
right.
family, bless my
All right.
community, bless my neighbors.
Yes.
And I was, and so that neighborhood mentality.
Yes.
And so, man, let me tell you, your dad worked at Kim Strain, didn't he?
Yes. They did
Monsanto.
25 years there.
They used to call it Kim Strain,
Yeah.
then they call it Monsanto.
Right. Right.
Wow,
Right.
man.
He's a legend. I mean, before I'm gonna go a little further back,
Come on now.
the clock back a little bit. But before my dad was going. He graduated. He was in 10th grade. 10th grade. He left Escambia County Training School.
Right. Uh-huh.
He was going to school there.
Right.
And when he left that school, he went and joined service.
The military. That's a great.
Yes,
That's a
yes.
great spot to be at.
He went in the Marine Corps.
Oh, the Marine Corps, like
And-
Veterans Day was
And
yesterday.
back in them days, Marine Corps didn't want black men.
Mhm.
I listen to that commercial sometimes. They say they want a few. They want a few.
But,
I used to wonder why they wanted a few. But
Yeah.
they didn't accept black people in the
Right.
Marines back there. And-
yeah.
But my dad left school in 10th grade and joined the Marines. And this is a story here that I want to tell because it's part of the program.
Right. Yeah.
My dad left school. I'm going to say it again so you can get a good understanding of it. In the 10th grade and went in the Marine.
Mhm.
Okay? And last month, the Marine Corps called me.
Mhm.
And when they called me,
Yeah.
they was asking me questions about my dad.
Right. Right.
I didn't know what he was coming. I know my dad had served in the Marine
Right.
Corps.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. And armed forces.
Yes, yes. And they kept asking me questions. And then they told me this, Sal. You might have to come and receive this gold plaque that we got for your. You ain't hear me. I said, Lord, what's going
Come
on
on.
here?
Here's the harvest coming back.
And then later on, they called me about 3 more weeks.
Yeah.
And told me that they accepted. They got all the proof showing that he was in the Marine Corps.
Right. Yeah.
And like I said, they didn't want no blacks in the Marine Corps. But my dad, out of 9,000 black men,
Mhm.
he happened to be number one. The
Number
first started going into the Marine Corps. So history is made. I haven't even presented this to Atmore yet.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm waiting till I get this plaque.
Oh, come on now.
And when I get this plaque, I want our black kids to see what they can be.
Right.
My dad was a poor man. He
Mhm.
started real low.
Right.
But look how God had him to go in the Marine Corps.
Yeah.
He didn't know that he was going to be out of 9,000 first black man that went in the Marine Corps. He didn't know that was going to happen. I didn't know that would happen until 2 months ago.
Okay. Right.
And they contact me. But when I go and see that reward, I'm going to give God all the praise. Because that is something I didn't even know about.
Oh, come on.
Dad
man.
had told me and they sent me some of the paperwork on my dad.
Right.
And he fought it in 3 or 4 wars.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't even know this.
Okay.
They sent the history that he went in.
Yeah.
He went in the military he was 16 years old
When he went in the
when he went in the Marine. Quit school in the 9th grade.
Great.
And went in the Marine Corps.
Mhm.
And then after he went in, he didn't know that he was going to be one of the first black men that went in the Marine Corps.
Come on.
And now they're gonna give him this gold plaque, and they gonna let me know more information where I'm gonna go and receive this plaque.
Oh, come on, man.
God ain't good.
Yes,
God is good.
He will pay.
Yes,
I
yes,
always
Lord.
tell him, I said, God will
Yes,
pay
Lord.
that penny that God will pay you. He
Yes.
said, he saw him working. He said, in the morning he will pay you a penny.
Yes.
I said, the penny, God's penny, is not like man's penny.
There you go.
Oh, come on. It never stops paying.
Never stop.
Never stops paying. You see.
I never thought that I was gonna receive this.
Yeah, this plaque.
You know,
the legacy.
And yesterday, was Monday. It was
Veterans Day. Yeah.
Veterans Day.
Yeah.
And my sister put out there on Facebook about my uncle, one of the first black men that flew the airplane over the Scammon County Training School. They had never saw a black pilot laying right here in McMurphy Field and landed that plane, and kids when they're coming out the classroom
To see him.
the whole school just shut down.
To come out there and see a black guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then she had a picture of his name was Delcano Montgomery.
Okay.
And he used to come here when I was a little boy. He come to Atmore and go and rent him a plane and fly all around Atmore. And then he tell me the history. I took him to Atmore Advance and let him put the history in there, how he was treated when he first went in the Marine, when he first went in the Army.
Right.
How he was treated. But look how God blessed him.
Right.
To come back to his hometown where he was raised at and land an airplane back there in the 70s.
Yeah.
And kids didn't even know what an airplane looked like. And he flying an airplane. Sometimes it takes something like that for our kids to see.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, we need to look at nice things so it'll rub off on us.
That's right.
And make us want to do it.
Right.
And that's what, if people see how he laying that plane out there in that field, and how our kids, it was a training school, all black kids, and all the classroom, they didn't have to turn the school out. The kids just automatically came out of the classroom.
It's like space.
Even the teachers went around, everybody to see that black man laying that plane.
Ain't never heard.
Ain't never heard of it.
Mama, let me tell you what happened today. I saw somebody look like me.
Yes.
Land in the airplane.
And he was flying the airplane.
Yeah.
And
Mr. Harris' son, he became a fighter pilot, right?
He had become a pilot.
And then Bill Winston, he went to Tuskegee.
Right.
He was the airman. Tuskegee Airman.
Right.
He was in there, and he talks about some of the struggles and the things they had. But
Lord.
see, struggles come on now.
Yes.
See, criticism comes with leadership.
Yeah.
And so anytime you're in a leadership position, see, these young guys, they were tough because they came from tough families.
Right.
They came from strong men that were mentally tough.
Right.
See, this generation, we got a little weak in the mental capacity, but see, they were mentally tough. He probably went there. He said, whatever they do to me, they'll never make me quit. That's what I said when I went offshore in 80. I said, I don't care what they do to me. I come out here to work. I come out here to go to whatever they do to me, they ain't gonna make me quit.
Make you quit.
And know where I got that from? My friend Ricardo Johnson.
All right. There you go.
See, Rick came here. He had a plane. And he came here through our church and went over to the hangar over there, and we went over there, and he got up and flew and made some rounds. And so my grandson Justin, he said, Granddaddy, I'm not getting in that plane. I'm afraid. My little granddaughter did. I said, boy, you don't get in that plane. I said, because you probably gonna be flying around the world with some business opportunity. I said, get in that airplane. I forced him in there. And Rick took off down the runway, came back and landed. But those are the things that Atmore people, he come from Mouldy Street, your uncle, Liberty Street, then here we got Carver. We got people that have done some things. And I know what I was thinking, that will be something great once you get your plaque for your dad down, the memorial down on MLK.
Yes, I got to talk about that too.
That will be something to post there and go back and talk about your uncle where they got the article. Come on now and bring that and put that and post that. That way some of our youth can go back there and read these markers of success. See? And have the pictures there, then you got a smartphone, you Google it. Come on now, we just giving you a platform where we can see where some Atmore people, native of Atmore, Alabama, done some great things and made a great contribution to life and to this community. And when you know that where you come from, now you come on, man. That's my granddaddy. I'm some kin to him, man. That's my kinfolk right there. I'm coming from this where I come from, man.
If he did it, I can do it.
Why am I thinking like that, kinfolk? Come on, bro. You done pump me up this morning.
That's what we want to get pumped up.
Yeah, we want to get pumped. And so we want to set these markers and
Yes.
milestones. So when
Yes.
you riding by, hey man, we want to create, and that's
Lot
what
of history.
a lot of history.
Nothing but
So
history.
that's what this program is about. That's what our television ministry is about.
Yes,
we want to
Lord.
bring awareness
Yes.
to the community
Community.
and to our young people. We
Yes,
want to
Lord.
create some.
Yes.
Now, see, once we get all this stuff, we create professional grade commercials.
Yes.
We want to create a commercial, bring this legacy. We can do a 6-second commercial.
Yes,
Now
yes.
we can put it on TikTok,
Yes,
Instagram,
Lord.
X,
Yes.
and now
yes.
we can start giving it to our young people, sending out to all the young people in the community
Okay.
and
Okay.
around this in any
Okay.
area that we want. Because
Okay.
we just want them to see it.
Let's see.
60-second
Yeah,
community.
yeah.
This is Atmore.
Atmore. I'm
Atmore. Look
glad
at
you.
Atmore where you get more.
I like that. This where you get it at in Atmore.
Yeah, where you get more. So you get more education and
There you
background
go.
of
There
what
you
we
go.
did with a struggling people that had way more opposition and way more obstacles than they have today.
There you go.
But they were mentally tough.
Mental.
They went into the game and said,
Yes.
I don't care what you do to me. I come to be the best.
ain't gonna
I
quit.
come to go to the top.
Yes.
And
yes.
so when you go back and you see all the
Yeah.
inventions and
Yeah.
all the things
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
our
Yeah.
black
Mhm.
leaders and black
Mhm.
community leaders
Yes.
have done in the
Yeah.
past,
Yes.
man, it'll change your whole mentality. Let me say this right here.
Yes.
I need to
Go ahead, Real. Go ahead.
Cause see, I asked somebody the other day. I said, why God let Black Wall Street
Uh-huh.
in Oklahoma be one of the richest and successful communities
Yes.
that we ever known?
Yes.
I said, how did they get to the place where they were?
Yes.
See, they wanted success, but they were around people
Right.
that were successful. They
Mhm.
worked in their
Mhm.
homes.
Mhm.
See, but what they came away with was
Yes.
way more important than their physical position.
Right.
See, they were physically working, but
Mhm.
their mind was what talking about wealth and success.
Right.
And so when they were in those homes working for those
Yes, yes,
those
yes,
those
Lord.
Caucasian families, they got the knowledge,
Knowledge.
stock market.
Yes. Yes.
And the guy was saying, he became friends with who he worked for. He
Yes.
said, hey, yeah, I want to do that. And so he learned the knowledge, the terminology.
Wow.
And so here it is. So he started producing because he was in association.
Right.
See? And now he started producing well.
Mhm.
Then they had airplanes back.
Yes.
They had airplanes back then.
See what I'm talking about?
They had airplanes,
You know
but
what I'm
and
talking
so here it is. So now they knew stock market.
Yeah,
Now they
yeah.
start to advance. They started to build. They said, "Oh, Black Wall Street was one of the wealthiest.
Yes. Yes.
They were more wealthier than the community
Oh, yes. Oh,
across
yes.
the track."
Oh yeah.
And so here it is. I keep trying to tell you, see,
Yes.
come on now, stop trying
Yes.
to push your blackness and start pushing this right here.
That's
See,
what
push this here. When
Yeah,
you push this right here,
you
the
gonna see some-
inheritance that you got, it will build wealth and success in your life. If they did it in the Jim Crow area and we can't produce it now, but I'm coming to tell you, man, I just want to let you know, man. See, look, it's all about where you're going.
There you
See,
go.
I want to leave a
There you
legacy for my
There
family.
you go.
I want to leave a legacy. I told somebody, I said, my son should be 5 times richer than me.
All right.
10 times.
All
My
right.
grandson should be
You
wealthier and richer than I am.
You're right, Real. And you know things that see me and you think alike. What I meant by that, what you was talking about, the library, the first black library here on Martin Luther King.
Right, marker.
Yeah. And I used to, after I put the historical plays, God had blessed me to put it there.
Yeah, huh?
He gave me ideas to make it happen.
Right.
What you was just saying about putting plats up,
Yeah.
we trying to get a plat from the state first.
Right.
The state of Alabama.
Alabama, right.
Yeah, with the history
Historical
of that
marker.
historical.
Right, yeah.
And then soon as we get that, I have already started on the plats about peoples in Atmore. A lot of them went to that training school. Some of them did. Some of them might not even graduate from that training school, but they black, number one, and they started something in Atmore that we ain't never had. And that library is one of them. And you're gonna see the first marker gonna be set up next week. And I wonder who is gonna be the first black marker. Well, Lord has blessed me to be the first one.
First one.
So I already got history on that marker, and I'm getting it made now. And I'm gonna look around and get some more of our
Successful people, you know.
it's gonna be a place that you can go to
there and see
all the
like
history
like
gonna be made.
like a museum.
Yeah,
So like
yeah.
then later come back, put
Yeah.
a canopy on. So like
Yeah.
the Harris, we want to put a marker for
Already
their brother.
been contacted.
Oh, come on now.
Already been contacted.
Come on.
People like
See, they
Rick Rowe McCarvey,
Yeah,
who
come
had
on,
went to
come
went and made it big at the headquarters up
yeah,
there. I've already been contacting them people.
For his
People
dad
like
to put
the
a mark
Harris
in there.
twins.
Yeah.
The Harris twins who
They brother.
out in Texas.
Yeah.
Came from Atmore, Alabama, and now they hit the historical. Our kids can go to that historical place right here on Martin Luther King and look at different and just stand up all day and just read different. And that's what make you strong. That's what gonna bring out the best of you. When you do stuff like that, it come back to you. And God, when He come in there and bless you and guide you, you're gonna see a change in your life, in your city and county and country and the United States of America.
I just feel a wind blowing through Atmore. That's the creativity.
Oh yes.
Because see, everything's in place for a successful mentality and mindset. And so here it is. God said, "I'm launching something new."
Right.
Come on now. And so when we return to God, God said, "I'll return to you."
Yes.
And so we're returning back to the place of prayer on our knees, inquiring on the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. We were talking about a minute ago about Daniel. Daniel was 87 when he was thrown in the lion's den.
Right.
17, he had an excellent spirit. Him, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Very smart and intelligent. And so here they are in Babylon, and 87 years old in the lion's den. Whoever thought that lion's den would produce an opportunity through the friendship that he had with the king for all the gold and silver and everything that Nebuchadnezzar took from Babylon, from the temple when he came there and took over.
Right.
All the gold and the silver. His grandson Belshazzar, remember when they were drinking out the cup and that hand came up there? Come on now, judgment came. But now here's I can't think of another king, but he came. He was friend with Daniel.
Yes.
And this is what he did. He said, now a letter was written to the king because Hagar told Ezra and Zerubbabel, he said, go back and rebuild, start again. He said, but we can't. He said, the king told us to stop. But God said, go back and work again. See, if God tells you something, even though it's an obstacle, see, look at all these obstacles, but their conjunction, God is working together to fulfill his plan. He said, go back and work. When they started working again, then the letter was sent to a cease and desist, stop the work. But when it came to the man that God had put in as king, and him and Daniel were real good friends. And so when he read that, he said, okay, I'm glad you are the people that's going to help God build the new temple.
Wow.
He said, I want you to get all the timber out of your forests. He said, I'm gonna put this money up. See, God used pagan people to build his house. And so I'm trying to tell you today, young people, God will use pagan people, unbelievers, people that you don't even like, to build your life. To build your business. To help build your family. If he did it back then, that's what I like about the Old Testament. It's a storybook. You just look, see how, come on now. So, here's Daniel at 87 now. 87 now. Still working in the kingdom. Because see, come on now. And so 87, so here it is. And now that temple was beautiful, immaculate. And what? Built debt free. So here it is. Brother James is building something, a legacy in the city of Atmore that we can go and take our kids and say, hey man, take a picture of this. And then now we're creating a legacy in a legacy. Because see, different family members want to bring recognition. So it's a spinoff. It's a positive thing that's taking place. It's like a movement that started back in the city of Atmore. Come on now. It's a movement. Families want to come on, tell their story.
It's definitely a movement.
It's a movement.
What I mean by that, when I went and started on this library, historical, I kept passing by because I used to go to that library.
My wife did too.
I used to go to the library.
Miss Gwen Fry?
Yes, it was so nice. And I said, wow, we got our library. And I used to go there and they had the nicest book. You can get any kind of book you wanted. A lot of history was there. And it hurt me so bad.
When they moved
it. And I'm going to show you how, if you're not careful about your history, when they move something away, your history is gone.
Because it's not visible in the community.
Don't nobody know. We got a generation of kids coming up every second, every minute, growing and maturing. And when they move something, they don't know about that history there.
That's right.
But, God gave me a vision I kept riding by there looking, and wasn't nothing but weeds hiding this church.
Right.
I had cut down. God bless me and helped me. I had cut down 3 or 4 trees.
Yeah, I saw they were big.
I mean, big trees.
Yeah,
They had grown up. That means your history is gone.
covered up.
But and Lord kept telling me, you can do it. You can do it.
You
I
can
said,
do it.
Lord,
Yeah,
what you
come
mean
on
I
now.
can do it? I said, I'm a nobody.
You're
Trying to
tell
be
something
somebody.
about it.
He said, go.
That could change
And I'm
your
going to
life.
show you something.
Right.
I went to go into business
Accident.
here in Atmore,
Right. Yeah.
asking them and
Yeah.
told them
What
I
you
had
do?
put out a little paper what I was
Right.
doing, what I wanted
I
to do.
remember. Yeah.
I didn't know I was going to do it.
Yeah.
You dedicated.
Yeah.
You hope.
Yeah. Right.
All around Pepsi-Cola, United Bank, went all down there in Florida at the concrete place,
Yeah.
cement, and people went to giving me Esco Fab $8,000,
Right.
Pepsi-Cola $3,000. Money wasn't no problem.
Just like
Yeah.
just like the temple, right?
Yeah.
Just like back in the old
Yes.
temple.
It wasn't no problem
That-
because it was coming in,
Mm.
and I wanted to make sure that I put it where I said I was gonna put it.
Right.
What God had gave me this vision, and that's what it was used for.
Right.
And everybody kept saying, "You've been in a library," and I kept telling them, "Little kids come by." I said, "No, it's gonna be a memorial."
Right. Right.
I said, "You can come in and get some of your history here in Atmore."
Right. Right.
I said, "The lady that started this, her name gonna be on this."
Oh yeah.
I
Yeah.
said,
yeah.
in big letters. I
Right,
said, I'm going now trying to get the biggest letters I can get. And you can see it from across the street. You don't have to come and be trying to read it.
Yeah.
But it's a place that you can come and get a lot of history.
Right. Yeah.
I'm glad, like Ray up said, me and him were thinking alike because I had already started getting there. Kids can come there.
Yeah.
We don't have books there, but we're gonna have plaques
Right.
telling you about
Right.
this person and what
Right.
they did in the community and
Right.
how they started off and what it's gonna be a lot
Right.
of that.
And then also I was just thinking also when they walk up there with the plaque,
Yes.
you can have a QR code there
Yeah.
that's connected to a video. That's
Okay.
come on now. All
Okay.
they do is scan it with their phone while they're there looking, and it'll take them straight to a video explaining. Come on now.
Wow.
Oh,
wow.
come on.
But that's
come
when
on.
you come in there.
I
You come in there.
was just
You
thinking
know what I'm
about that. QR
God,
code.
he have a vision.
Yeah.
He'll put
Yeah.
people around
Yeah.
you. And when that come in place, I know who do it.
Yeah.
Ray up
Yeah.
do it. He know a lot better than I
Yeah.
do,
That's
more better
right.
than I do, but he's
Right.
gonna be able to help the
And
city
we
of
can-
Atmore.
And the platform
Yeah.
that we got now with
Yes.
the community leaders and things like the Harris twins or
Mhm.
whatever, we can take here right here and do an interview, create a 30-second or a 2-minute clip video
Yeah.
talking about the history of the loved ones and their family members that
Okay.
dedicated to the cause of
Mhm. causing
causing Atmore to be who it is today.
Yes, Lord.
Then you can take those different videos, put the QR code to the
Wow.
on the plaque.
Go
And
on.
then once they scan it,
Yes.
they got the video.
Okay.
They can take that video, which is
Video.
a URL,
Yeah.
send it to anybody. They can just
Anybody.
text it. They just
Wow.
copy it, send it to anybody else. And so here it is.
Yes.
Your legacy keeps moving
Yes, sir.
forward because
Yes.
now you're passing it from generation to generation.
That's what I'm talking.
Yeah, and so here it is. God is orchestrating some
Yes.
things. Boy, all right, we do.
Yeah.
Boy, we do. Look here, we up for. We out for. Let's talk about. We got 2 more questions. Oh man, this thing all been good. People, you got your money worth today.
Yes,
Oh
Lord.
yeah.
Yes.
So we well community in 2024 great city. So we already covered that. So let's go to the last one. We're going to talk about mentoring coach.
Okay. Mentor coach. That's a good one because I think on the 23rd I'm supposed to be going down here to the theater.
Yeah.
They asked me to come for a luncheon
Yeah.
that they're gonna have there, and they want me to talk to our young generation.
Right. Yeah.
And I can't wait because I want to tell them. And I reckon you said I talk about my dad, but I love my mom too.
Yeah.
I talk about her because she the one brought me here.
Right. Yeah.
Help of God.
Yeah.
God brought me here.
Right. Yeah.
But I'm just talking. I love my mother and my father. I love them both.
Right. Yeah.
But I wanted to tell them about my dad, how he had the business on Liberty Street. And then him and my mom, they divorced.
Right.
And when they divorced, he took that business and built another business on Carver Avenue.
On the corner there.
Yes, on the corner.
Mhm.
And I used to hear him say these words. He said, the building that I'm gonna build now, I'm getting close to town, downtown as I can get. Well, I didn't know what he was talking about.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
come along and I
Right,
said,
right,
Dad,
right.
why you going down there. He said, son, you got to go where the business is.
Right.
Establish, put your business in a good location.
Right. Yeah.
You're going to be in business or you're going to be out of business.
That's right.
You can't just put your business in one place. Get it in an area that you can do business.
Location.
Yes. So I couldn't understand that. And my dad, so I kept wondering why he wanted to get close to town.
Yeah.
But the daddy that I had, he was just like, this back in the 60s, man.
Right.
He built that store. He was Walmart before Walmart even came to Atmore. And what I mean by that, he had anything you wanted in that store.
Right. Okay.
We had a grease rack. We get cars up and change oil, change filter. We had a tire machine.
I remember that.
We fixed tires.
Yeah.
We sold batteries. We sold oil. Dad had a grocery store. Let me tell you this. The grocery store. He had people coming out of Pensacola that he worked with down in Mount Sinai, Kirk String, and they had buggers in the store pushing them down the aisle back in the 60s. Walmart ain't got nothing on my dad. Dad had a store there. He had a real store that everybody feel comfortable coming to.
Right.
Anything you want, he had it at McNeil Grocery. Yes. And what we did, he sold gas. He had oil change. He had tires. We sold batteries. We even had an open meat department. Walk-in cooler. You can come there and get pork chop, ham, steak. You can get anything you want just like you could at Walmart. Right. He had a car lot where he sold cars on the side. He had a mechanic man that work on cars. If your car wasn't running right, he had a man that could fix it for you. Daddy had in it. Walmart you can get new tires. They got a rack. You can change your oil. They got. But Daddy did that in the 60s.
Yeah.
But it was McNeil Grocers then. You can be anything you want in life.
That's right.
All you got to do is put God first. And just keep on saying it. Keep on saying it. Push it in it. Push it in your children. Guide them. Show them. Don't never give up that just cause this color you is. We got even a better color. Go for it. Be what God wants you to be. Don't say I can't. I won't. I can't. I don't have the opportunity. They don't like me. Don't go there with an opportunity like that. God got the whole world in the palm of his hand.
He's still in control of it.
He's still in control. And he said, you have not.
Yes. That's what God keeps showing. He said, my son.
Yes, Lord.
He said, how do y'all think the devil is in control? But he ain't. Yes, Lord. He said, I'm in control of that.
Yes, Lord.
If you don't believe it, go back and read the Old Testament.
Okay.
They'll show you something.
Okay.
The Old Testament is storybook form. It gives application and it shows you just what took place.
Right.
See, New Testament is spiritual application that's connected to the Old Testament.
Yes.
So when I hear people talk about don't connect the Old Testament, don't use it, I say, you stupid idiot.
Yeah.
What you talking about today? You're talking about history that built you and made you.
Yes.
So that means that Old Testament lifestyle come on now, bring you to a New Testament opportunity. So here's God's word doing the same thing. And so here it is. Application is everything. Mm-hmm. And optics these days, optics are everything because it's how it looks.
Yes.
But then we want to lift the curtain, so to speak, and see what's under there.
Yes.
Because see, if I ever find out the secret that James McNeil through your daddy had. See, if I ever catch that spirit, see that's what I'm looking for. See, I'm looking. I said, what made you to be who you are today? What mentality? What mindset? What obstacles did you ever face that you didn't quit? You didn't fall down, and you wasn't talking about the things that I hear a lot of people talking about. See, opportunity is given to every man. Come on now, if you're here and you're breathing, it's a reason that you can be successful.
That's right.
But what God is saying today, connect with people, and I'll put them in your life. If you would just let me be God in your life in 2024,
all right,
man, come on now. They laughing at you today, but in 3 or 4 years they be like, oh, because they laughed at me.
Yes, Lord.
They laughed at me. And I was the least likely in my class to succeed. I was literate when I got out of high school, couldn't even read. But look at me today, because see, God knew me when I was the thought of my dad and mama, just like he did you. And so every person in this community at the great city of Atmore, God knew you when you was in your mama's womb.
Yes.
I don't care. I know young mothers are having a hard time, and sometimes you look like you seem like it ain't gonna make it. But you, this is what you do. I'm gonna tell you what you do. in your turbulent seasons in your life, I'm going to speak to you today.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes close your door and turn your praise music on and just say, God, I ain't been the best that I could be, but I know your blood is sufficient. It's enough for me. And I keep telling myself, there's room at the cross, there's room at the trough.
All right.
So when all these blessings poured out in that trough, I'm going to go up there and I see my name on some of that. I'm going to go get it. Because see, when you inquire the Lord, God said, a righteous man falls 7 times, he'll pick him up. See, God didn't ask you to do, he just asked you to have faith and believe. He said, call upon me in the day of trouble. And see, what I keep trying to tell, I say, worthiness is through the blood of Jesus. See, it's not because of our worthiness and our righteousness, because if it was, we wouldn't even make it nowhere close to God. But he said, if you inquire of me. See, that's the thing. He said, call upon me in the day of trouble. And people are calling upon everybody else. They call upon politicians. They're calling upon this and that and the government. No, I'm not calling on them. I'm calling on the one who created the heavens and the earth, who took his hand and dug out the Mississippi River. Come on now. Who took his finger and created a creek that would come all the way down. Come on now. I'm talking about the one that slung the stars into place. The one that took care of Moses when he was going down the Nile River in a basket. Come on now. And the one that dried up the Jordan River for Joshua and the generation to pass across. Come on now. You don't hear me. That's the one that I'm talking about. And so when you start calling on him, you can be like a Nicodemus. You can do it at night. And nobody got nobody. Come on now. All your friends ain't got nobody. You can go at night and say, Lord God, hallelujah, I'm calling on you. I got 5 children, Lord. I don't know what to do, but how did Big Mama raise her 5? And all of them are doctors and lawyers and all that. All of them are multimillionaires. I want to know the secret. Let that spirit come on me and help me to raise my 5.
All right. You're right.
See, that's what we're missing. We ain't asking the one that can help. He said, call upon me in the day of trouble. He didn't ask you to do it. He just asked you to call on him. And so we forget the one that can help us. He said, call upon me in the day of trouble.
Yes, sir.
I call on him all the time in my trouble. I said, Lord, I need your help. I don't know how to do this. Man, let me tell you something. And so that's what we said. You need a spiritual mentor. You need somebody that can help you and give you wisdom. I'm pointing you to the kingdom. See, the same thing that made me, I didn't make myself, the God that called me made me. I didn't even know I was going to be a preacher.
Okay.
See, but he knew me in Jeremiah 29:11. So he had a thought and a plan for me. See, to be a preacher, man, you just told me that. Man, look, I was like, no. When God started calling me, know what I said? I said, man, God, I'm too cool for that church stuff, man. What am I gonna do? Well, you know that I don't need to. I don't need that. Gonna make me bother. I don't need to be in church. But God said, son, if you let me, I can build you and make you into the man that I called you. See, you can't see your future, but I can. I want to lead you like the 23rd Psalm. I want to lead you in the path of righteousness. Not your namesake, but my namesake.
All right.
I want to make you to be a light. Just like Mr. James McNeil is a light in the community of Atmore. See, I'll build you and make you, but all I want you to do is surrender. Surrender to me, and I'll do the rest.
Do the rest.
Because see, my loving kindness and my mercy is already already poured out. It went through my son, Jesus Christ.
All right.
Come on, I said, and it's free. He said, they'll cost you nothing. Isaiah 55, come drink, they ain't gonna cost you nothing. All you need to do is have a desire and ask God to help you, help your family, help your children. And I'm gonna say one thing. I'm gonna turn back to. Take your kids, mamas and daddies. Mama, that if you got 5 kids, don't care how many. You take your kids and you stand there and you get you a ball of prayer, get your pastor to pray over, and put all 5 of your kids up there and go up there and put your hand and speak over them what you want God to do. God, I don't know how to do it, but I know that you did it for. He did it for your dad. He did it for his dad. He did it for the man that you told me that come here and flew on the airplane. He did it for your uncle. He did it for Bill Winston. And he'll do it for them 5 standing right there. All you got to do is what? Let your head, let your roof be God's roof, and put your hand and say, Lord, make him a doctor. I know what they're doing, but that's it. Everybody walk in sin, but see, when the blood touches their life, I decree and declare, and you pray that prayer, and and you consecrate your kids to God.
There you go.
Now you sit back and let God
Let
do
God
it.
help.
Let God help. Go ahead.
Let him help. You know, God, when God come in your life,
Boy.
you can tell it. You can tell when God touch you.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell how you respond, how you react. Things around you, it don't mean nothing to you no more. You see
Kingdom.
You see the kingdom, and you give him all the praise of it.
Mm-hmm.
I know my dad, I keep saying dad, my dad, he was a deacon at Liberty Baptist Church here in Atmore on Liberty Street. And they needed a fellowship hall.
Right.
You know, they had the church was there, but they had nowhere when they have meals you can eat and a nice kitchen. And he took it to the congregation as a deacon in his position that asked them, said, we need a fellowship hall.
Come on now. Here go this penny going to work.
Liberty Street just don't have we can't eat, don't have nowhere we can concentrate when we have different activities going on and having service, and sometimes we want to sit down and fellowship with each other.
Right, yeah.
We have no place for that on Liberty Street. Yeah. And he asked them, and they said, no, Mr. McNeil, we can't afford that. So we can't do nothing.
You got the money.
He said, if y'all don't do it, I'm gonna do it.
Right, yeah. He built a fellowship.
He built a fellowship hall. And the fellowship hall name is Eugene McNeil Fellowship Hall. Wow. You hear me?
All you gotta do is ride by Liberty Street.
Just ride by Eugene McNeil Fellowship Hall.
Parking lot, everything.
He saw where God had blessed him, and he wanted to bless somebody else.
Made an investment.
Yes. And he died. My dad had died. His dad had been dead now for over 15 years. Mm. And in fellowship hall that he built back there, 15 to 20 years take a change out of a building. You can take a change out of us.
Right,
him. Mm-hmm. But the building began to go down and look. And I asked Deacon Grissett, could I come in there and remodel?
Renovate it. Come on, man.
Yes. And when God blessed me, things he blesses me with, I had a chance to pass it on to God house. I had a chance that, hey, my daddy, God had blessed him to do this. Hey, my daddy been gone for 15, 20 years. Now I want to freshen it up.
Right.
And you go there, if you ever go to Liberty Baptist, and you go back there in that fellowship hall, you're going to see a picture of Eugene McNeil. But guess what? On the other side, you're going to see a picture of James McNeil. Father like son. When you go to blessing, it's going to come back to you. Right. Don't hold it all. You can't hold it. You got to learn to share it. If you see, let me go a little further. When I retired from Miles and Carpet, I used to,
here we go.
I ride by churches, different churches here in Atmore, and what's the name of that church? Ain't no sign there.
Yeah.
Look at that. I know why they don't have the name of the sign.
Yeah.
God bless me. When I see a church,
you put a sign out there
with no sign.
Yeah.
He blessed me to get a sign.
Put up.
I go to the sign man and tell him what I want.
Give me
he said, you have not because you ask not. I go over there. And I was blessed to do about 6 to 7 churches here in Atmore. Now, the way things is now, money get a little tight now. But we can, the things after this COVID-19, get on out of here. If it ever get out, if it don't, it's going to be all right. Because God going to still fix it.
Yeah, right.
He going to fix it so we can go always go and think about where you come from. Who put you there? Who guides you? I don't care what you're doing in life. Take time and think about what you can do for somebody else.
The new sign. I said, well, here we go. You need a sign. I was telling them the last night. I said, hey man, we want to do some things.
Yes.
We want to put up a new sign out there. We want to put our letters and a logo up at the top.
Yes.
And we want to pave our parking lot.
Yes.
That was about 60,000.
Yes.
Then 1,000 put the sign out front. Then about maybe 5,000 to do.
Right.
I said, and like you said, you have not because what you asked not. And God is saying, I'm not a man that I should lie.
Yes, so.
Neither the son of man shall repent. Have not spoken and will not do good.
Yes.
So you see, I got my daddy picture over there.
Oh,
Even though he's gone, he still got his seat over there.
That's what I'm talking about.
Still got to see.
Yes.
I guess I need to put mamas over there too.
Yeah.
I need to get it.
We got to get
Gotta get the ball.
A good
Yeah,
man. A good man come from a good woman.
Come on,
Don't forget. That's what we come from.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh
Yes.
man.
Yes. I think.
Oh, it's been a great interview today. Wow. And that's what it's all about, you know. So we creating this platform so we can bring inspirational talks, transformational mindset, entrepreneurial faith and confidence in what God is doing in our lives. And we just want to leave a legacy that's already in place, but we just want to let you know that all things are possible through Jesus Christ our Lord. So, Mr. James, with closing remarks, just look into that camera and just say whoever the youth have or whatever's on your heart before we close out.
Okay. What I would like to do right now at this time, every day is a good day. Look back over your future. Look back on your past and say, this day is God's day.
All right.
This is a day that I'm going to give him, but ask him for blessings. I would like to just take time and give this young man a thanks to the community of what he have achieved in life. You know, I watched him. He was watching me too, but I was watching him. And I'm still watching because he is a good success to the community.
Amen.
And this here is something new in our city. We never had nothing like this.
Right.
And God gonna put this way he started off. He put you around people that can make things happen. You hear me?
Amen.
He put you around people to make things happen.
Amen.
But I was just wanting to give him all the thanks and all the praise. My heart goes out to you.
Thank you, sir.
As a young man, the things that you have did in the community and how you lifting up the community here in Atmore.
Thank you,
My
sir.
prayers go out to you and your wife.
All right.
In the name of Jesus, I
Amen.
pray.
Amen.
Thank God and amen.
Amen. I thank my wife for being with me as well. And so we thank you, sir. We thank you for the interview.
Yes, sir.
We thank you for being a pillar in the community. We
yes.
thank you for your leadership. We thank you for the things that you're doing.
Yes.
And so this won't be this is the first, but it won't be our last. So we'll be coming back with some more with progresses about the plaques that's going to be at the landmark here on MLK.
Yes.
And the things that Mr. McNeil is going to be doing to uplift the community and to bring a lot of people back in there. And so we're gonna try to get together. I mean, one day and have just a unified, maybe 3 or 4 people at a time talking about the progress and the things that we can contribute to this great city.
Oh yes, good idea.
Changing the landmark.
Yes.
So this is the Urban One 2018 Talk Show. I'm your host, Wayne Johnson. Our special guest, Mr. James McNeil. Until the next episode, God bless you and take care and have a great day.
Yes.
Welcome everyone to the Urban One 2018 show. I'm your host, Wayne Johnson, and I'm thrilled to have you here with me today. As we embark on this exciting journey together, I want to let you know that this show is all about you, the topics, the questions, and the ideas that matter most to you. So whether you're a curious mind looking to learn something new, a seasoned professional seeking a fresh perspective, or just someone who loves good conversation, you're in the right place. Each episode of the Urban One 2018 show is designed to bring you a mix of thought-provoking interviews with some of the brightest minds in the industry. We'll explore the issues that are shaping our world today and uncover the trends that will shape our future. So sit back, relax, and let's dive right in. The Urban One 2018 show is here to guide you through the complexities of modern life and help you make sense of the world around you. Thanks for tuning in, and let's get started.